Are there just
Balboa is also?
Okay, so but Palmetto is not, but they have a lot of policies that you would think they are. I don't know if they just won't cost them money or what, but anyway. So the birth of my second son was faster than the first, but similar. Started in the middle of the night. I labored at home for a couple of hours, and then I called Deanna. This is Deanna Kay, my wonderful doula for my second birth. Excuse me. We went to the hospital. We got there about 3:30 a.m. They checked me, and I was about 3 centimeters dilated and about 80% effaced. My contractions were about 3 minutes apart and lasted about 45 to 60 seconds. So once we got settled in, we started walking the halls. Deanna brought the birthing ball. We used that. She filled up the tub for me. It was great. She was massaging my hands and feet. All the things my husband doesn't know how to do very well. She was massaging my hands and feet. She was using the aromatherapy oils. She was reading relaxing scenarios to me to help me visualize peaceful settings. During transition, we labored some more in the tub. I say we, it's really me, right? I'm the only one that labored. She helped me labor in the tub some more. We raised the back of the bed, and I kind of draped my arms over it, and I was on my knees, and that's really kind of how I got through the end of the process once transition had hit. She was more fanning me and giving me words of encouragement. And finally, at 8:30, I told everyone, okay, it's here, it's time to push. And if you've had a baby, you know this. If you haven't had a baby, then you don't know, but you know that's the most incredible sensation you can ever feel. There's, I don't think there's anything like it on the planet. And as strange as it may sound, I think it's the most rewarding part of being pregnant and giving birth. So only half the people on the planet have the ability to feel the awesome sensation of pushing the life you created into the world, and I did not want any drugs to numb that feeling. And I'm very glad that I didn't have drugs to numb them. Giving birth was only something I was planning on doing twice, and I wanted to be physically present for both times, and I was lucky that I was able to. So when the time came for the pushing, the doctor wasn't there. Surprise, surprise, right? And my doctor actually went on vacation 2 days before I gave birth, so I had the on-call doctor, but she was only there for a second, so it didn't really matter. So the time came, and they said, I said I need to push. They said, you need to wait a second, because we've got to wait for the doctor. And there's like frenzy in the room and what have you. It's just like a movie. And so Deanna's coaching me, and she's saying, breathe but don't push, which is much easier than it sounds. So finally I told everyone, okay, the baby is coming. I don't care what you tell me anymore, the baby's coming. So I had a wonderful L&D nurse. Again, I lucked out twice. She had 5 children of her own, and the whole time she kept telling me what a good job I was doing as a mom and how thankful my baby was going to be. Wasn't she wonderful? Awesome. She's phenomenal. Her name's Zaman. If you deliver there, ask for her, request her. So I'm on the bed, I'm on my side, and I'm like ripping the skin off my husband's stomach because they're telling me not to push. And so finally she takes my leg and she just puts it on her shoulder. She says, just go for it. So here I am. She gives me the green light. The nurse gives me the green light. And the doctor swoops in and catches the baby right as he comes out. So she almost missed it, but she made it. So my bag of water stayed intact the whole entire labor and did not rupture until he was born. So it was quite an interesting sensation because with my first one, my water broke 4 centimeters. So that was kind of neat the second time around. It was really nice to have the cushion there for the contractions the whole time, especially because I progressed so much faster. The second time I went from 4 centimeters to 10 centimeters in about an hour and a half or 2 hours. So that water really helped. So immediately, this time, I got what I wanted the first time. The baby was placed on my bare chest. They put a warm towel over us, and within 10 minutes, he was breastfeeding. I was like, ah, angel singing, it was great. So it was so great to have the experience that I missed the first time. And everyone left. My husband and I were there to bond with the baby, relaxed a little bit, and then he left to go get my oldest son to bring him back to me as baby brother. And as with my first son, we were very lucky. We didn't have any hiccups in our breastfeeding relationship, and he's 16 months, and we're still going strong. I'm sure he's going to be actually very excited when I come so we can breastfeed again. So there it is. 2 hospital drug-free births. I was motivated by my desire to breastfeed successfully, and in the end, I found that I have a huge soft spot for birth and birth stories and telling people about my births and the knowledge that I gained. So as I was writing this story, I was thinking, what can I kind of pass along if you're planning on having a hospital birth? So I came up with a few points. I strongly recommend one of these, a doula. It makes a difference. I did it the first time, I did it the second time. When I came home, when I was about 32 weeks pregnant with my first son, I came home and I said, honey, I want to get a doula. Because first I had to explain, define it. He's like, what's a doula? Do what? So I tell him what a doula is, and he's like, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about somebody strange being in the room. And I was like, listen, you're not going to know what to do with this. I don't even know what to do with this. So you can worry about it from the neck up, and she can take care of the neck down. And he was like, okay. So I talked him into it. We get to have the baby. Janet, she was fantastic. She had done like 300 births. She was amazing. 300 births. She was amazing. So afterwards, he was like, you know, honey, you're right. He's like, I'm never letting you have a baby without a doula. And now I tell all the guys that he knows who are having their first baby, he's like, if you want to do your wife a favor, get her a doula. So get a doula because, you know, the statistics show that you'll have a better chance of getting the birth you want. And the other thing is, you know, don't be afraid to stand your ground. You can tell a doctor, no, it's not against the law. They can't do anything to you that you don't let them do. So, like with my first son, they wanted to induce me, and I told my doctor, no. And oddly enough, I went into labor the day after he would have induced me. So, you know, nature took care of those things. Also, I made sure that I discussed in detail multiple scenarios. I should have maybe thought a little bit after the birth, but I didn't think about the whole NICU piece. But, you know, discuss with your partner what you want and how you're going to get it. Writing a birth plan, of course, and a breastfeeding birth plan if you're going to breastfeed as well. Because you want, when you're in the midst of it, you want people to, you don't want to have to maybe answer a question. You want to, this is what I'm doing, read it. Also, I think it helps visualize, you know, how you're getting from point A to point B when you put it down on paper. If you're breastfeeding, don't leave the hospital without feeling comfortable feeding your baby. If you don't feel 100% confident that you know how to feed that baby and get that baby latched on right, don't let me go yet, I'm not ready. Because you really shouldn't be released not feeling comfortable. And the other thing is, you know, so many millions of women have come before us and done this. We wouldn't be here if they hadn't. And women have been helping other women give birth for eons. And our bodies were designed to do it. So you just have to kind of trust that your body not only knows how to grow a baby, but your body knows how to deliver that baby into the world. And then I read a ton of natural birth child books. I took a class, I found a mentor, and I tuned out the negative. People are like, oh, you can't do it. You can't have natural child birth. Well, watch me. Or breastfeeding hurts so bad. You can't. It's like, I'm not listening to that. I want to succeed. So I just made sure that I, you know, turned all that off. I just turned that noise off. I also psyched myself out a little bit. I kept telling my husband, you're going to be so impressed with me because I have a really high pain tolerance. And he, I don't, or I didn't think I did, and he was like, yeah, whatever. And then birthday came, and he was like, honey, you were right. And I was like, I know. So it worked. So I really did kind of believe my own lies, so to speak. And it turned out being true. So that's it. That's my story. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to it. I had a lot of fun writing it, and it was kind of like sweet to go down, you know, this little memory lane.